color of title occurs when a possessor of land has a document purporting to give the possessor title to the property, but for some reason the document is ineffective in doing so. In Kafka v. Hess, the court sorts through an unjust enrichment claim in which a woman improved her sister's property that was deeded to her sister's son. Before Dorothy Smith and her husband passed away, Smith arranged over many years for her only son, George Kafka, to become sole owner of all her and her husband's property upon their deaths. Smith executed a durable power of attorney appointing Kafka as her agent. Kafka was made a joint owner of the bank accounts owned by the Smiths and a beneficiary of their retirement account and insurance policies. Smith executed a deed drafted by her attorney granting herself a life estate in her property with the remainder to Kafka. The deed was recorded. On Smith's attorney's recommendation, Kafka and Smith withdrew over $200,000 from one of Smith's accounts and deposited it in Kafka's bank account. However, after Smith's husband died, Smith's sister Gladys Hess restricted Kafka from seeing or communicating with his mother in any way. Kafka had to return the money, and his durable power of attorney was revoked. Kafka received notice that legal action would be taken if he called his mother or converted any of her money. When Smith passed away, Hess told Kafka not to come to the funeral. He drove all night to get there in time. When Kafka went to Smith's home after the funeral, Hess demanded that Kafka leave. Kafka didn't know what his rights were, so he left. The next year, Hess tried to sell the property Smith had deeded to Kafka. Kafka found out another deed had been filed after his durable power of attorney was revoked, which purported to give the remainder of Smith's life estate to Hess. Hess had spent over $70,000 renovating Smith's property to sell before finding out about the Kafka deed. Hess admitted the Kafka deed had priority, but believed the home belonged to her and wanted reimbursement and half the net proceeds from the property's sale. Kafka sued Hess for declaratory judgment. Hess sued Kafka in state court, and the case was removed to federal court. Hess moved to remand her case and dismiss Kafka's complaint. The court denied the motions, dismissed all of Hess's complaint except for an unjust enrichment claim, and consolidated the cases. Kafka moved for summary judgment. Hess moved to dismiss Kafka's counterclaim.